What if I told you that the biggest enemy in your life isn't outside of you, it's inside? What if I told you that weakness isn't something you were born with, but something you've been feeding every single day? Stay with me until the end of this video, and I'll give you one simple but powerful mindset shift that will make weakness a thing of the past. But first, you need to understand a truth that most people will never accept. Weakness is not in your body, it's in your mind. It's in the small voice that tells you to sleep 5 more minutes instead of getting up. It's in the hesitation you feel when it's time to take action. It's in the way you convince yourself that you're not strong enough, smart enough, or capable enough. Weakness is a liar, but most people believe it. And that belief, that's what destroys dreams before they even begin. The truth is, your mind is always looking for the easiest way out. It's wired to protect you, to keep you safe, to avoid discomfort. That's why you hesitate. That's why you procrastinate. That's why you let yourself quit when things get tough. It's not because you're not capable. It's because your brain is built for survival, not greatness. But survival isn't enough. You weren't born to just exist. You were born to dominate, to grow, to break every limitation that's ever been placed on you. Think about it. Every time you give in to weakness, it gets stronger. Every time you avoid discomfort, weakness takes control. Every excuse, every hesitation, every moment of doubt, these are the weapons of weakness, and they are destroying you from the inside. You don't see it happening in the moment, but over time it turns into a life of regret, a life of missed opportunities, a life where you are nothing more than a shadow of what you could have been. But here's the truth. Weakness is not permanent. It's a habit, a pattern. And like any habit, it can be broken. But only if you are willing to face it. Only if you are willing to stop making excuses and start making changes. Most people wait for motivation to show up before they take action. But here's what they don't realize. Motivation is weak. It comes and goes. If you rely on motivation, you will always be a slave to your emotion. The real killers of weakness are discipline and action. You don't wait until you feel strong to act. You act, and that's what makes you strong. Look at the people who succeed, the people who rise above the rest. Do you think they never feel weak? Do you think they never feel fear, doubt, exhaustion? Of course they do. But they don't listen to weakness. They act in spite of it. They push forward when every part of them wants to stop, and that's why they win. That's why they achieve what others only dream about. But you have a choice to make right now. You can keep living in weakness, allowing it to control you, allowing it to dictate your future. Or you can make a decision, right here, right now, to kill it, to refuse to let weakness be the master of your life. Because the truth is, you are stronger than your mind tells you. You are capable of more than you have ever imagined, but you will never know it unless you step into the fight, unless you start rejecting the voice of weakness and embracing the discomfort that leads to growth. This is your moment. The moment you stop giving in, the moment you stop letting weakness dictate your life, the moment you take control. And if you stay with me till the end of this video, I'll give you the key that will make sure weakness never controls you again. But first, you need to understand why weakness exists in the first place. Let's get into it. Weakness is not something you were born with. It was created. It was built, layer by layer, by the choices you've made and the comfort you've embraced. And if weakness was created, it can be destroyed. Your mind is not designed for success. It's designed for survival. It doesn't care about your dreams, your goals, or your potential. It only cares about keeping you safe, keeping you comfortable, keeping you away from pain. That's why you hesitate. That's why you feel fear. That's why you always find an excuse to stay exactly where you are. The moment you try to step out of your comfort zone, your brain resists. It whispers, "This is too hard. What if you fail? What if you're not good enough?" And most people listen. They back down. They retreat. Not because they're incapable, but because their mind has convinced them that staying weak is safer than becoming strong. But here's the truth. Comfort is a trap. It feels good in the moment, but it steals everything from you. Your growth, your strength, your future. The more you avoid difficulty, the weaker you become. And over time, that weakness turns into a habit, a way of life. You don't even realize it's happening. One skipped workout, one ignored opportunity, one excuse after another, until one day you wake up and realize you've become a slave to your own limitations. But you are not here to be weak. You are here to break the cycle, to rewire your mind, to stop letting fear control you, because weakness is not real. It is a choice. And the moment you stop choosing it, it starts to die. Now is the time to break free, to stop running from discomfort and start using it to build strength. Because the only way to kill weakness is to face it, to step into it, to refuse to let it win. Weakness exists because you've allowed it to, but it doesn't have to exist anymore. The limits you believe in are not real. They are nothing more than walls built by your own mind. Walls made of fear, doubt, and excuses. You were not born with them, you created them. And because you created them, you have the power to destroy them. Every time you say, I can't, what you're really saying is, I won't. Every time you believe you are not strong enough, smart enough, or capable enough, you are choosing weakness over strength. Your mind is a master of deception. It convinces you that you are trapped when in reality, you are the one holding the key. Think about the people who achieve greatness, the athletes, the leaders, the warriors who rise above the rest. Do you think they were born different? Do you think they never felt the weight of fear, the pull of weakness? They did, but they refused to let it define them. They pushed beyond the limits their mind tried to place on them, and because of that, they became unstoppable. But most people never reach that level, not because they are incapable, but because they believe the lie that says they are stuck, the lie that says they are not good enough, the lie that says their past mistakes, their failures, their weaknesses will always hold them back. But here's the truth. Your limits only exist if you accept them. The moment you stop believing in them, they vanish. The moment you decide to push beyond what you thought was possible, your entire reality changes. Because strength is not built in comfort. It is built in the moments when you refuse to give in, when you reject the easy way out, when you stand up and declare that weakness will no longer control your life. Your limits are an illusion. And the sooner you realize that, the sooner you can become the person you were meant to be. There are only two types of pain in life. The pain of discipline or the pain of regret. One makes you stronger, the other destroys you, and the choice is always yours. Discipline is hard. It demands effort, sacrifice, and relentless consistency. It forces you to wake up when you're tired, to push forward when you want to quit, to do what must be done even when every part of you is screaming for comfort. But here's what most people don't understand. Discipline is temporary. The pain of discipline lasts for minutes, hours, maybe even days. But in return, it gives you strength, success, and self-respect. Regret, on the other hand, is permanent. It doesn't just hurt, it haunts. It follows you like a shadow, whispering what could have been, what you should have done, what you were too afraid to face. The pain of regret doesn't last for hours, it lasts for years. It doesn't just steal a moment of your life, it steals your future. Think about the times you gave up too soon, the opportunities you let slip away, the moments when you chose comfort over growth. Those moments don't just disappear, they stay with you. They become the weight you carry every day, the silent reminder that you settled for less than you were capable of. But here's the truth, regret is a choice. Just like weakness is a choice. And if you are tired of carrying it, if you are done feeling like you could have been more, then it's time to make a different decision. Choose discipline. Choose the temporary struggle over the lifelong suffering. Because every moment you push through, every time you refuse to give in, you are creating a future free of regret. You will suffer in life. There's no escaping that. But the question is, will you suffer for a purpose, or will you suffer for nothing? Will you endure the pain that makes you stronger, or will you live with the pain of knowing you could have been great but chose to stay weak? The choice is yours. It always has been. Your mind is the battlefield where weakness is either defeated or given control. Every thought you allow, every belief you accept either builds your strength or feeds your weakness. And most people, they have been programmed to lose before they even start. From the moment you were born, you were conditioned to think small, to stay safe, to avoid failure. You were taught to believe that struggle is bad, that success is only for the lucky, that greatness is reserved for a select few. But that is a lie designed to keep you weak. Weakness is not in your body, it's in your mindset. The way you speak to yourself, the way you react to challenges, the way you view obstacles determines everything. If you tell yourself, I can't, then you won't. If you believe that success is beyond your reach, then it will be. But if you rewire your thinking, if you train your mind to see struggle as opportunity, then there is no limit to what you can achieve. You need to stop waiting to feel strong before you take action. Strength doesn't come before action, it comes because of action. The moment you stop negotiating with yourself, the moment you stop allowing doubt to dictate your choices, is the moment weakness begins to die. The world belongs to those who master their minds, the ones who refuse to let fear control them, the ones who do what needs to be done whether they feel like it or not. Because true strength isn't about feeling powerful all the time, it's about moving forward even when you don't. Rewire your mind and you rewire your life. Kill the old thoughts that keep you small. Replace them with thoughts that build you into something unstoppable. Because the only thing standing between you and your highest potential is the mindset you choose to accept. No one is coming to save you. No one is responsible for your success. No one is going to hand you the life you dream of. And the sooner you accept that, the sooner you take control of your future. Weakness thrives in a victim mentality. The belief that life is unfair, that circumstances are holding you back, that other people have it easier. But here's the truth. Life doesn't care about excuses. It doesn't care about fairness. It only rewards those who refuse to give in. Every time you blame something outside of yourself, you give away your power. You convince yourself that you're stuck, that you're helpless, that you have no control. And once you believe that, weakness takes over. Because if you're a victim, why even try? Why fight if you think the battle is already lost? But that is a lie. You are not powerless. You are not stuck. You are not at the mercy of your circumstances. The only thing holding you back is the belief that you can't change. And the moment you destroy that belief, everything shifts. Look at the people who rise from nothing, the ones who overcome impossible odds. They were not given special treatment. They were not handed an easy path, but they refused to see themselves as victims. They took full responsibility for their lives, and because of that, they became unstoppable. So stop waiting for permission. Stop waiting for someone to fix your life. Stop making excuses for why you can't and start proving why you can. Because the moment you take responsibility for everything in your life, the good, the bad, the hard, that is the moment you take back your power. Weakness dies when you refuse to play the victim. Strength is built when you take full control. And from this moment on, you are in control. No more excuses, no more blame, only action. Discomfort is the price of greatness. Weakness dies the moment you stop running from it and start embracing it. Every person you admire, every success story you've ever heard, has one thing in common. They stepped into discomfort when everyone else avoided it. Your mind is programmed to seek comfort. It tells you to stay in bed when you should be up. It tells you to take the easy route when you should be pushing harder. It tells you to quit when things get difficult. But comfort is the enemy of progress. The more you chase it, the weaker you become. Think about the strongest people you know, the ones who never back down, the ones who keep moving forward no matter how hard life hits them. Do you think they got there by avoiding discomfort? No, they became strong because they made discomfort their ally. They understood that pain is not a punishment, it's a teacher. Every time you push through discomfort, you level up. Every time you do what is hard instead of what is easy, you kill weakness. Your body gets stronger, your mind gets sharper, your spirit becomes unbreakable. But if you keep avoiding the hard things, you will stay exactly where you are, stuck, weak, and full of regret. Discomfort is the test that separates the weak from the strong. The weak avoid it, the strong seek it. The weak make excuses, the strong find solutions. And every time you choose discomfort, you take one more step toward becoming the person you were meant to be. So stop running from it. Stop trying to make life easier. Instead, do the hard things. Wake up earlier, train when you don't feel like it, chase the goals that scare you, because the more you embrace discomfort, the less power weakness has over you. Discomfort is not your enemy. It is the key to everything you want, and the moment you stop fearing it, you become unstoppable. Excuses are the chains that keep you weak. They are the easy way out, the comfortable lies you tell yourself to avoid taking action. But every excuse you make, every reason you give for not doing what must be done, only makes you weaker. Think about it. How many times have you told yourself, "I'll start tomorrow," "I'm too tired," or "I don't have time"? How many times have you convinced yourself that the situation isn't right, that you're not ready, that you'll wait until you feel motivated? And where has that thinking led you? Nowhere. Because excuses don't move you forward. They keep you stuck. Weakness survives on excuses. It grows stronger every time you choose comfort over progress. Every time you let yourself off the hook, you reinforce the habit of quitting. And before you know it, giving up becomes your default response to anything difficult. But the truth is, excuses are nothing but illusions. They feel real in the moment, but they are only as powerful as you allow them to be. The strongest people, the most successful individuals, are not the ones who never had an excuse. They are the ones who refused to listen to them. They got up when they didn't feel like it. They worked when it was inconvenient. They pushed forward when every excuse told them to stop. You have to break the cycle. You have to stop negotiating with yourself. When your mind gives you a reason to quit, shut it down. When weakness whispers that you're not ready, move anyway. Because every time you silence an excuse, you take back control. No more waiting, no more delays, no more justifications for staying weak. The time to act is now. Kill your excuses, or they will kill your potential. Motivation is a lie. It is unreliable. It is weak. If you wait to feel motivated before taking action, you will stay exactly where you are, stuck, stagnant, and powerless. How many times have you told yourself, "I'll start when I feel ready"? How many goals have you abandoned because the motivation faded? That's the problem. Motivation comes and goes. It's a fleeting emotion, not a strategy for success. If you rely on it, you will fail. The strongest people in the world are not always motivated. They don't always feel like doing the hard things, but they do them anyway, because they understand something most people don't. Success is built on discipline, not motivation. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, whether you feel like it or not. It is waking up early when you want to sleep. It is pushing yourself when your mind tells you to quit. It is showing up every single day, even when the fire inside you has burned out. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the fuel that keeps the fire burning. You don't need motivation to start. You need commitment. You need a reason so strong that quitting is not an option. You need to make the decision once and for all that weakness will no longer have a place in your life. So stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for inspiration to strike. Stop waiting for motivation to push you forward. Take action no matter how you feel, because once you do, something incredible happens. Momentum takes over, discipline strengthens, progress builds, and suddenly, you don't need motivation anymore because you've become unstoppable. Kill the need for motivation, build the habit of discipline, and watch your life change. Your emotions are not the enemy, but they can be your greatest weakness if you let them control you. Most people live their lives ruled by feelings. They act when they feel good and quit when they feel bad. They let fear stop them, let doubt slow them, let frustration break them, and because of that, they never reach their full potential. Weakness thrives on emotional instability. If your actions are dictated by how you feel in the moment, you will always be inconsistent. One day you'll be motivated, the next you'll make excuses. One day you'll push forward, the next you'll retreat. Success does not belong to those who act when it's easy. It belongs to those who act no matter what. You have to take control. Your emotions may rise, but they do not have the right to decide your future. Fear may whisper that you're not good enough. Ignore it. Doubt may creep in. Shut it down. Frustration may try to break your focus. Push through anyway. Because strength is not about feeling powerful all the time. It's about acting powerfully, even when you feel weak. Look at the greatest warriors, the most disciplined individuals, the ones who conquer obstacles no matter what. Do you think they never felt fear? never had moments of doubt? Of course they did. But they refused to bow to those emotions. They mastered them. They felt the fear and moved forward anyway. You must do the same. Stop waiting for your emotions to align with your goals. Stop letting feelings dictate your discipline. Learn to separate what you feel from what you do. Because the moment you master your emotions, you master yourself. And when you master yourself, there is nothing in this world that can stop you. Action is the cure for weakness. It is the destroyer of doubt, the killer of fear, the one thing that separates the strong from the weak. You don't become powerful by thinking about change. You become powerful by taking relentless action every single day without hesitation, without excuses. Most people fail not because they lack potential, but because they hesitate, they overthink. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect feeling, and in that hesitation, weakness takes over. Every second you spend waiting is a second you are giving away to fear, to doubt, to failure. Stop thinking so much. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop looking for guarantees. Life doesn't give guarantees. It rewards action. The people who succeed are not the ones who had everything figured out. They are the ones who moved, who took risks, who stepped into the unknown with nothing but sheer determination. Your mind will try to slow you down. It will whisper, what if you fail? What if you're not good enough? What if it's too hard? But here's the truth. Failure is not in taking action. Failure is in doing nothing. The only way you lose is if you refuse to try. Relentless action is what builds unstoppable momentum. The more you move, the more powerful you become. Every rep, every step, every sacrifice adds up. It strengthens your discipline, sharpens your mind, and kills the weakness that once held you back. So move now. Do not wait for motivation. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for the perfect plan. Take action, make mistakes, learn, adjust, and keep pushing forward. Because every second you hesitate is a second wasted. And the ones who win in life are the ones who never stop moving. Comfort is the slow poison that kills potential. It feels good in the moment, but it weakens you over time. It softens your mind, weakens your body, and steals your hunger for greatness. If you want to kill weakness, you must eliminate comfort and embrace challenge. Look at the strongest people in the world, physically, mentally, emotionally. They did not get there by living an easy life. They got there by choosing discomfort, by stepping into situations that tested them, broke them, and forced them to grow. Most people avoid challenges. They take the easy road, the path of least resistance. They choose comfort over struggle, pleasure over discipline, over long-term success. And because of that, they stay weak, they stay average. They never reach their full potential. You must be different. You must train yourself to crave challenge. When something is hard, do it anyway. When your mind tells you to quit, push forward. When the world offers you comfort, reject it. Because every challenge you embrace, every hardship you endure, makes you stronger. Think of pain as a forge, shaping you into something unbreakable. Think of struggle as a teacher, showing you who you really are. The more you embrace discomfort, the more powerful you become. Weakness cannot survive in a mind that seeks challenge. So make a choice. Stay comfortable and stay weak, or step into the fire, embrace the struggle, and become the strongest version of yourself. Because in the end, comfort offers you nothing, but challenge gives you everything. Discipline is the foundation of all success. It is the force that turns dreams into reality, weakness into strength, and ordinary people into unstoppable warriors. Without discipline, you will never achieve anything great. Most people live by their feelings. They do what's easy. They quit when things get hard. They wait for motivation to push them forward, and that's why they fail. Discipline is what separates the weak from the strong. The weak act when they feel like it. The strong act no matter what. Discipline means showing up every day. It means doing what needs to be done, whether you're tired, uninspired, or full of doubt. It means staying committed even when progress is slow, even when no one is watching, even when everything inside you is screaming for comfort. You don't build discipline overnight. You build it through small, consistent actions. You build it by saying no to distractions, by waking up when you said you would, by following through on your promises to yourself. Every disciplined action strengthens your mind. Every moment of weakness you overcome makes you stronger. Most people will never develop true discipline. They will always search for shortcuts, make excuses, and wonder why their life never changes. But not you. You are here to kill weakness. You are here to build something unbreakable. And discipline is the key. So start today. Stop negotiating with yourself. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Commit to your goals with ruthless consistency. Because the moment you master discipline, you master your future. And once you have that power, there is nothing in this world that can stop you. Fear is the last chain keeping you weak. It controls your decisions, limits your actions, and traps you in a life far smaller than what you are capable of living. If you don't face your fears, you will remain a prisoner to them. Weakness feeds on fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. Most people let these fears dictate their lives. They avoid risks. They stay in their comfort zones. They settle for mediocrity because it feels safe. But safety is an illusion. The real danger is wasting your potential by running from the challenges that would have made you great. Look at your fears. What are they stopping you from doing? What dreams have you buried because fear told you they were impossible? What opportunities have you let slip away because fear convinced you that you weren't good enough? The truth is, fear is nothing but a test to see if you are strong enough to push through or weak enough to run away. The people who rise above, the ones who dominate life, are not fearless. They simply refuse to let fear control them. They feel the fear and they act anyway. And every time they do, fear loses its power. You must do the same. The only way to kill fear is to face it. Stop avoiding discomfort. Stop waiting until you feel ready. Step into the unknown. Take the risk. And prove to yourself that fear is just an illusion. Because once you conquer fear, there is nothing left to stop you. Fear dies the moment you confront it. Strength is built the moment you push through it. And the life you want, it exists on the other side of the fears you refuse to face. This is it. The moment where you decide who you will become. Will you remain weak, controlled by excuses, fear, and comfort? Or will you rise, take control, and forge yourself into something unstoppable? Weakness is not your destiny. You are not born to be average. You are not meant to live a life of hesitation, regret, and wasted potential. Inside you is something powerful, something that refuses to be broken, something that demands greatness. But it will not come easily. You must fight for it. Strength is not given, it is earned. Earned through discipline, through struggle, through relentless action. Every choice you make builds or destroys the person you are becoming. Every moment of laziness makes you weaker. Every hard decision makes you stronger. And every second you are either moving forward or falling back. You have already come this far. You have seen the truth. You know that excuses, comfort, and fear will only keep you small. You know that discipline, discomfort, and action are the only way forward. So what will you do? Make the decision right now. That weakness will no longer control you. Kill it. Destroy the habits that hold you back. Burn the excuses that keep you stuck. Step into the life you were meant to live. No more waiting, no more hesitation, no more playing small. You are capable of more than you know. Now prove it. Rise up, take action, and become the strongest version of yourself.